Good morning, challengers. Today is the first day of the 5-day challenge that you all have taken, and I'm glad that you've done that. Uh, and I believe that you've done that because somewhere you know they, that you have much more potential, but you are not able to actually perform to that potential. And you also know that if you go grow personally, with the personal growth that we are talking about, you will automatically have an impact of that personal growth on your career growth. So again, congratulations that you've joined me for these 5 days. Uh, so what I expect out of you is that all of you are going to be very diligent. Uh, we are going to be doing a few things throughout these 5 days, Um and you all will ensure that everything or every assignment that has been given to you is done as uh, as well as possible for you. Uh, uh, so we will have our first live call in the evening today, and we will have a detailed discussion about who I am and what I do and everything else in that call. Uh, but for right now, let's quickly jump into our assignments for today, because today being the first day, I will be assigning you or giving you 3 assignments that you would have to complete by the end of day today. Okay. So what exactly is the Outflank Challenge? When I was naming this program, I called it Outflank Challenge because I want each one of you who's attending this program with me to start outflanking your competition in whatever field. And competition with whoever, whether it's a competition with your colleague, whether it's a competition with yourself, but you have to outflank them, right? The competition. So here we go. To start with, let's go on to find out what our mood is at this point in time, right? Whenever you're looking at this video, whenever you plan to start working on the assignments, and what is your mood. So this is a mood monitor that you see on your screen. What I would want you to do is, please rate yourself, rate your mood at this very moment from a 0 to a 10, where 0 is the lowest, where you're feeling very low, where you're feeling gloomy, you have pessimism uh, at 100%, and you're feeling very happy. And on the other side is the joy, the optimism, the happiness, and you are ecstatic, right? So I'm sure you are not either at 0 or at 10. You're somewhere in between. So please make sure that you uh, rate yourself, rate your mood, right? Okay. One thing I forgot: when you are, what I would expect you, and I had written a message, we had written a message yesterday. We expect you to create a personal coaching journal for yourself. Get a brand new notebook, and obviously I'm sure you would have a pen. You want to use a brand new pen, that's perfectly fine with me. Um, so make sure that you use a brand new notebook to when you are doing each of the assignment, and each of the assignment needs to be done in a brand new notebook. Either so it is up to you whether you want to get a brand new notebook, or you want to get a ring binder, and in the ring binder you can use those A4 size sheets. So you do your assignment on the A4 size sheet and you put it in your ring binder. But make sure that you have a ring binder or a notebook or a diary or whatever you feel is good enough as your personal coaching journal. This is going to be very essential for you, and it is going to help you for a very long time. So please do it. Right. So so on that notebook or journal, please rate yourself. Put the date for today, put the time that you starting this assignment, and then rate your mood from 0 to 10. Awesome. So I put this quote there. Don't judge each day by the harvest you reap, but by the seed you sow. The reason I put it there is because we look at the the outcome or the end result without looking at our actions. So we blame the outcome, but we don't blame our actions. And we need to understand that it's our actions that result in the outcome, right? So that is the reason I say we need to understand what is called as the cause and effect principle. So there's a cause and effect diagram in Six Sigma, and I'm a Six Sigma black belt. I do Six Sigma training, and I do Six Sigma projects also. But this is from the coaching perspective. We need to understand what is the cause and effect principle. Right, the cause and effect principle says that every human action is generally mostly preceded by a thought. It could this thought could be either a conscious thought or a subconscious or unconscious thought, right? There are a few people who say unconscious thought. I would rather call it a subconscious thought, because there are two minds, and that's a different subject altogether. But let me give you a very quick gist. There are two minds up here. There's a conscious mind and there's a subconscious mind. And subconscious mind basically stores information, and that information that is stored in your subconscious mind could be from way back when you were a child, right? And bases that information, it gives your conscious mind, and it gives gives you indications of what needs to be done in the kind of situation that you are in at that particular time, right? So we need to understand that not every thought leads to an action, and that's a big truth, because invariably every human being in a day has, if not more, at least 40 to 50,000 thoughts in a day, right? So not every thought leads to an action, but it's equally true that there can be no action without a thought preceding that action. So अगर आप कोई एक्शन ले रहे हो, तो उस एक्शन से पहले आपका कोई ना कोई थॉट आया होगा जिसके बेसिस पे आपने वो एक्शन लिया है. If you don't believe me, just think about it. The moment you think about it, you are taking an action, right? So I'm telling you, every thought is so in fact, let me put it this way. Every action जो आप ले रहे हैं, उससे पहले कोई ना कोई थॉट होता है आपके दिमाग में, जिसकी वजह से आप वो एक्शन लेते हैं, right? Okay. So so you need to understand, since your thoughts, words and actions are under your control, and I'm telling you, these are under your control. If anybody tells you otherwise, no, you don't realize it at this point in time, but your thoughts are under your control. right? And evidently, if they are under your control, then you also need to understand that uh, uh, you can also control the circumstances that come into your life, because uh, uh, if you are able to control your thought, you're able to control your words, and you're able to control your actions. And when you're able to control your words and your actions, you will be able to control any circumstances that come into your life, right? Okay. And why we say that, I say that is, if you go and look at the history, there are so many individuals who have had not a very good life, but but they have had early life, good early life, but even though they had such disadvantages, they overcame all these disadvantages in their early life. They put them behind, and they succeeded, and they lived a happy, fulfilling life. Don't believe me? Look at this person. Do you know this guy, the founder of Nirma Group? He used to, in his early life, he used to make and sell detergent powders at rupees 3, right? And then he kept on working, I mean, made sure that he's able to work on not just the physical work, but also ensure that he's mentally strong enough. He works on his personal growth also, and that is how he was able to create what we all know as Nirma Group. And I'm sure all of us at some point in time either has used or at least has heard about Nirma, right? It has over 18,000 people as employees, and its turnover is in excess of 1 billion rupees, or $1 billion, or 7,000 crores. You would also know this person. Everybody must have seen the ad of MDH, right? Now, this person used to drive a tanga chalata tha in Delhi to earn a living. And then he formed what is called the MDH Group, which is worth thousands, if not thousands of crore, at least hundreds of crore, right? So, what I want to tell you is, if these people can achieve their dreams, so can you. It's very possible to achieve your dreams. The only issue is that we do not know the system, the the process, the step-by-step process that can help us achieve. So we want to achieve that goal. We want to take that action to achieve that career goal, or that dream, or that desire, but we are not ready to take the right action. We are ready to take action. I don't doubt that we are ready to take action, but not every action will help you reach your goal. Do you understand me? For example, let's say I live in Delhi. I don't know where you are from, but I live in Delhi. So from my place, if I have to go to the international airport, which we call Terminal 3, if I have to go to Terminal 3 and catch a flight to Mumbai, I will have to take certain actions. Now, if I do not take planned actions, either I will not be able to reach the T3, or I will reach T3 but I will be late and I'll miss that flight, right? So, number one, I need to take action. If I don't take action, I will not be able to reach T3. Number two, if I take the right action, I will reach on time. But if I do not take the right action, one, I will not reach, or I will reach late. Now, what is the right action in this scenario? The right action is I take out the Google Map. I put in the Google Map I need to reach T3, and I use Google Map as the GPS. So it'll direct me. It'll show me the directions that I need to take. It'll tell me how I need to go from which route I need to take to reach T3. Right? That's so I have planned my journey from here to there, and that is the reason I will be able to reach T3 on time. That is the reason I will now so it's the planning that matters. It's the planning of taking the right action that matters. What we do is we know that we need to reach T3, but we don't plan. We just get out and we take whatever route that we feel is the right route. Right? Now, it may be the right route. I'm not saying it is the wrong route. It may be the right route. However, what if you find traffic on that route? You're going to get late, right? What if there's a diversion on that route? You're going to get late. So that is what I'm saying. We need to we are ready to take action, but the action and a lot of you must be taking action and still not be able to achieve what you want to achieve. And the reason is because you've not switched on the GPS. You've not switched on your GPS. Now, how do we switch on our GPS? To switch on our GPS, we need to use certain tools that are going to help us become better at switching on our GPS, right? So what I expect out of you guys is that all of you would have to do your assignments. So there are approximately, I think, 16 or 17 assignments that you are going to be doing in the next 5 days. So you are going to do each of the assignments diligently. You may find these are, I mean, a few of you may feel that they are such easy assignments. They may look easy, but they are very deep. I mean, a lot of thought, a lot of research has gone behind each of the assignments that you're going to be doing, right? So do them diligently. Number 2, follow the path that you create for yourself. So in these 5 days, you will be creating some kind of a path for yourself. Ensure that you follow that path. In between, if you feel that the path is not taking you into the right direction, you can definitely change the path. But please, again, when you're changing the path, use the proper tools that you are going to be getting in these 5 days. And number 3, your journey to your greater success begins right now. The moment it began, the moment you started watching this video, it is going to continue till the time you keep working on yourself, right? So I would say once you've achieved success in whatever you want to do, you again feel like doing something else, right? So your goals, your desires keep changing. So that is what I'm saying. So your journey to greater success begins right now. However, it is a journey. It'll keep happening till the time you keep learning, till the time you keep growing, right? The moment you decide that you don't want to grow any further, that's up to you, right? So let's move forward. I will talk to you about the 3 assignments that you need to do today. This is the file that you would have received in the WhatsApp group. So the three assignments for you today is the number one assignment is you need to define for yourself, for yourself. Remember, for yourself. You need to define what happiness and success means, right? So, so when I say you need to define what happiness and success means, don't give me a definition which is a general definition from, say, a Wikipedia or from a dictionary or from. Define happiness and success from your perspective. What does happiness mean to you? So, happiness can have a different meaning for different people. In the same way, success can have a different meaning for different people. So, what I expect you to do is define happiness. What does it mean to you? Define success. What does it mean to you? Okay? So that's your first assignment. And be very truthful to yourself. So you're not doing it for me, you're doing it for yourself. So when we are doing something for ourselves, we cannot lie to ourselves. We cannot deceive ourselves, because if we are deceiving ourselves, we are ensuring that whatever we want, we don't get, right? So do not deceive yourself. It's for you. I don't want to look at whatever you write, right? But then do it for yourself. That's the number one assignment. The number two assignment that you're going to be doing today. Now, all these three have to be done today. Number two assignment that you need to be doing, that you need to do today is in your success or self coaching journal, list down the meaning of success in these 8 categories. Now, the 8 categories are number one, health and fitness. What does success mean to you in health and fitness category? Number two, what does success mean to you in career, work, and business activities category, right? So if you're into your own business, what does it mean in business? If you are a working professional and employee, what does it mean to you? What does success mean to you in your career, right? So basically that's the number two category. Number three category is what does success mean to you in financial affairs. Number four category is what does success mean to you in home life and family relationships. Number five, what does success mean to you in social relationships and friendships. Number six, what does success mean to you in hobbies and pastimes. What does success mean to you in lifestyle is the number seven. And number eight is what does success mean to you in personal development and spiritual life, right? So what I expect you to do is uh, give it a deep thought on what does success mean to you in each of the 8 categories that I have just talked about, and you have that in your assignment for today. And also, I would want you to, what I would want you to do is, how would you know if you were successful in each of these categories? How will you know it? In the sense, what is going to happen? What will you be feeling, right? So, so let's say if you mentally close your eyes and think that you've reached that level where you feel you are successful. How are you feeling? Will you be feeling? What will be around you? What uh, will you be driving a Jaguar, or will you be living in a villa somewhere? So define it, right? Define it properly. That is what is your uh, second assignment. Now, your third assignment is that I would want you to write down 6 things. Remember, 6 things that you think has held you back in life till now, right? And if you feel there are more than 6 things, please feel free to write more of them. But I would expect you to write down at least 6 things that have held you back in life this far, that has held you back from achieving what you feel is success for you till now, right? Uh, so these are the three assignments for you today. Please ensure that you finish off your assignments, and I would be speaking with you over a live call at 6 p.m. today, right? So have a great day. Please ensure you do your assignments and see you at 6 p.m. Bye bye.